G'day guys, this is Tia and welcome back to another Fallout 76 Skyline Valley video. Today we are talking about the new 10mm SMG, the Anchorage Ace. This video will be a two-parter. Firstly, like all of my unique weapon guides, we will discuss the weapon itself, how to get it, and its unique attributes. Then, we will talk about the fact that it is a silenced 10mm SMG with a reflex sight. Something that was discovered in the files of the game that I spoke about here in this video in the top right a couple years ago. And we will be talking about how this is something the community has been wanting for years now, and Bethesda have implemented it finally, but not in the way we wanted. So stay tuned for that discussion, and let's get into the video. So firstly, how do we get the Anchorage Ace SMG? It is a rare drop from the new boss event called Neurological Warfare in the Skyline Valley region. All you have to do to get a chance at getting this weapon is be a part of the event and help take down the 3 Storm Goliaths. And then you'll have a small chance to get the weapon as a reward from the event itself. That's it. It's as simple as that. Farm this event as much as you want and eventually you'll get it. Or if you have the caps or other valuables, you could trade it with anyone in the community, as this weapon can be freely traded like most unique named weapons. Now what makes this weapon so special? Well, straight off the bat, the legendary effects are nothing to write home about. The weapon will always drop with the executioners, making you do more damage as the enemy gets lower health. The VATS enhanced, making you 50% more accurate in VATS, and the +1 agility, basically just giving you a bit more AP. While those effects aren't god rolls and aren't the greatest, this gun does have some amazing qualities that are hidden away. Besides the awesome Anchorage winter paint scheme, unique to the weapon, the Anchorage Ace 10mm SMG comes with a plethora of internal modifiers that make it much better than the average 10mm sub. Firstly and most obviously, it has a built-in, internal, integral suppressor. Feel free to modify the barrel slot to whatever you wish. The gun suppressor and silent status is custom built straight into the gun itself, not requiring a muzzle slot. Interestingly enough, this doesn't seem to drop the range of the gun, like most suppressor mods do. It's also worth noting that this may be the best stealth weapon in the game at the moment, purely because of this handy little fact. In the files, you can see that the gun's sound level is actually set to silent, completely silent, meaning there is absolutely no discernible, audible noises for enemies to pick up on. It's completely silent, whereas every other suppressed weapon in the game is only set to quiet in the files. If you've been struggling with your stealth build, this gun should make it a whole lot easier to remain undetected. The next noteworthy thing in this weapon is the sight. Normally, 10mm SMGs do not have an option to modify the sights or the scopes in any way, yet the Anchorage Ace has a built-in reflex sight that you cannot remove or alter, definitely making the gun look sleeker and easier to aim down sights with, also helping out with the AP cost reduction like most reflex sights do. Speaking of which, if all of that wasn't enough, this gun has a unique hidden effect reducing the AP cost by 50%. Yep, that's right, 50%. That's why the AP cost reduction on the weapon card is so ridiculously small when compared to other 10mm SMGs. Even when those SMGs have the perfected mods and the 25% less VATS cost effect, it barely compares to the Anchorage Ace when it comes to AP cost. My one even has the perforator magazine on, which makes my AP cost even more, and even with that on, the AP cost is next to nothing. So, the Ace has executioners, increased VATS hit chance, +1 agility, an upgraded integral suppressor, a unique reflex sight, and a unique 50% less AP cost reduction effect. All in all, it's a pretty great weapon in the right build's hands. Unfortunately, as is the case with most unique named weapons, we cannot reroll the legendary effects of this weapon to get something better. Sadly, we are stuck with the executioner's VATS hit +1 agility. So make the most out of the weapon with what it comes with. So that's the weapon itself and how to get it. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, something I'm actually pretty disappointed about. Bethesda. The community has been suggesting and begging for years for there to be more modifications retroactively added to existing weapons. Most prominently of those weapons being spoken about was the 10mm SMG. Players have been begging for the muzzle and sight slot modification options to be added to the 10mm SMG for years. And when we discovered in the files, we thought one day it might come to fruition. Unfortunately, it has come, but only in the form of being locked away on a single unique weapon. Keep in mind, it's not even properly added. You can't alter the reflex sight in any way, there's not even a slot to modify the sights, and the suppressor is not from a muzzle slot. It's built into the weapon, which is cool, but it's not what we really wanted. These are features the community wants access to, and they are selfishly locked onto one weapon only. That doesn't really sit well with me. I made a post in the PTS stating how the suppressor and other muzzle slot options, as well as the reflex sight, should be made available for all existing 10mm SMGs. It was one of the most highly requested changes of the PTS, and yet nothing changed. I'm not really sure what the logic or reasoning is behind this decision, but like I said, it doesn't really sit right with me. I really hope one day the mod slots open up on the 10mm SMG in general, and they all gain access to suppressors, muzzle brakes, compensators, reflex sights, scopes, all of it, any other type of modification that all rifles should typically have access to. Don't get me wrong, I like the weapon, and I'm at least glad that we do have the proof of concept that a 10mm with these mods is possible. I'm just disappointed that it's locked away on a single named weapon that we can't re-roll. Rant over. That's all I really have to say about this weapon in particular. I hope you enjoyed the guide, and I hope you guys also share my opinion about the modifications. Hopefully one day it's changed. That's going to do it for me. A massive shout out to all of my channel members. You're all legends, and thank you for your continued support on the channel. If you like what I do here and you'd like to support me further, then consider becoming a member or check out my merch store. We've got a lot of great designs and benefits, so be sure to check that out in the description. And while you're down there, chuck me a follow on my other social medias and join my Discord. Subscribe if you're new and like the video if you've enjoyed. I've been Tia, and I'll catch us in the next one. Welcome to Valhalla.